For this video, we're going to be drawing a sunflower. So this is my reference picture, and I printed it in black and white just so I could see what it might look like drawn in pencil without any color. So I'll start with the main shape I see, and for me, that is this big circle in the middle. So sketch out very lightly this circle for the middle. That's a pretty round circle. I mean, it's not a perfect circle, so if my circle's not perfect, I'm okay with that. I sketch out a circle for the center, and then I see a smaller circle inside of it. So I'm going to draw a smaller circle right in there. Okay, and for the petals, it has, I think, well, it actually is maybe 3 rows of petals. I'm going to start with this front row. And my petals don't have to be exactly the same. This is a reference picture, so we're using it to see what the petals of a sunflower look like. And so I'm starting with this one here. And to me, it comes together at the center, then it widens, then it's got that little curl on it, doesn't it? So the next one looks like it's this one here, kind of curving back. And this would be easier to see in a regular photo. But I'm just sort of noting that they don't touch each other at the base because they get so thin, but they are close together at the base. So this one's sort of coming up and curving back the other way. Sort of like that. And there's this one here. They're all about the same length. But as we do this, we learn that sunflower petals aren't that long, and they're probably, let's see, if this is the length of the center, they're even shorter. Then this is the diameter of the center, the length from one side to the other. You see a petal is shorter than that. So I will keep going with these shorter petals. I think they're shorter. Yes, they are a little shorter. They could probably be even shorter still. I have this one here, going around this way. It is a little bit tricky to tell because we can't see it in color. But you know, we can fill in. We're going to fill in behind it with more petals. Okay, it's that one. Then I'm coming down this way. If I don't have them perfectly right, that's okay. I'm using the sunflower as a reference to see what these petals look like. And I'm learning they're a little bit spaced out, and they start smaller at the end, bigger in the middle, and small at the end again. And some of them, I'm learning, are curved at the end, but some are not. Do you see that? I'm sort of here, sort of there. As you can see, I'm not following it exactly, but that's okay. I'm just figuring out how to draw a sunflower. I'm going to hop back up to the top now. I'm going to go over here. These are very clear at the top. Then, see, this one is just tucked behind. This one's sort of tucked behind that one. But I'll come back with the ones that are more tucked behind in just a minute. That one, let's move over. Over here. So you could be drawing yours a little differently than mine. We're just learning the basic shape of these petals. Yeah, and I quit counting mine. I mean, if I wanted to do it exactly like this picture, I could be more precise and count them. But I'm okay not being precise with this. I just want to learn how to draw a sunflower. And I'm learning. With every petal, I'm getting a little bit better. I'm learning how they fit together, learning about how long to make them. Okay, now I'm going to go back through and add some more behind it. So I'll start up here at this one. There's a petal right here coming through there. There's a long petal there coming up there. One coming up here. So the ones that are behind, you see I'm not drawing the whole petal. I draw a piece of it coming off of one petal. I do the tip and then it ends at another petal. Do you see that? Because it's tucked behind. So it's actually going to just touch two other petals like that. This one. So maybe I touch the petal down there and then there. Do another little petal there. See, I'm not drawing the whole petal because we see the rest of the petal goes on back here. Look, I can even, this one's just a little tip. You see that little tip? Let me scoop this paper up. Just that little bitty tip right there. So a petal behind could even just be a tip of a petal. This is where I think my stem is going to come. So I'm going to go ahead and draw part of the stem. And then I can fit another petal back here. So it's coming off of that one and then ending up at that one. These look all right. Maybe I'm going to throw one more in there. Maybe a little piece of a petal there. Piece of a petal there. Maybe put one there. One there. And I think this one needs one more. Okay, now let's go back. Do you see these petals have long ridges that go the whole length of the petal? So we can draw those on too. It looks like there's a wide one in this. Well, this one has a wide one in the center, but some are thinner. So I'm just going to, because I'm just sort of sketching this on, I'm just going to sketch a few on each one. So I'm going the length or almost the length of these petals, just to add a little bit of detail. Make these a little darker. I could go back and color these with yellow and make this a really bright, colorful picture, which I think would be fun to do for a sunflower. Even these petals in the back have a few little stripes on them, have a few lines. These say stripes, they're probably veins in the petal, or no, it would be veins in a leaf. No, I don't know what these would be called in a petal, but they look like lines, don't they, on these petals? So you can just add a few to each petal. Make them sort of long. Let me scoop this out. We're making them long, like the petals themselves. And then in our center, I do want to color this in because this is usually brown or darker brown. And so I think I want to color this darker too, this inner circle. And there's a lot of ways you could do this. You could be very particular by drawing more seed shapes. I'm doing it sort of quickly. My circle got a little bit lopsided there. I'm going to give it a dark edge. This is just what I'm going to do for today. Then I think I will even color this in with my finger so it looks darker. And that gives a little bit darker center. Or if I want it darker still, I could shade it in like this. Lots of ways you could shade in the center to make it look darker. Because the sunflower center is where all those seeds are. It usually appears a little darker. You could even go in a little circular motion if you wanted. There's lots of ways to do this. You could fill it in like that too. So there is our sunflower. I'm going to add a little bit of shadow to my stem. And there's my sunflower. I'll see you tomorrow.